I love Monster Hunter, but one of the most consistent frustrations I have had to deal with across my time in 4 Ultimate, Generations Ultimate, World, and Rise is obtaining rare monster materials. Almost every monster has their own unique material that is incredibly rare that you will need for their equipment, and they'll have a different rare drop for every rank they appear in. This wouldn't be a huge issue if rare materials were easy to ignore. However, many armor sets benefit you for having every piece, which inevitably will require a rare material, and many weapon upgrade paths require rare materials as well, meaning that you can't keep upgrading your weapon unless you grind one out. And then there are mechanics that vary from game to game, like forging decorations and talismans that, especially in the latter case, often required rare monster materials. All these things combined make it very limiting to try and play through without getting specific rare materials. When you do decide that you need these rare materials, you have to hunt their associated monster over and over and over, and now you have one of the 3 gems you need overall. Most odds for obtaining a rare material from any single objective, such as breaking parts, are less than 5%, and most of the time the cumulative odds are still less than 20%. This can easily result in you hunting a monster 10 times in a row solely for that rare material before you can move on. And while I don't necessarily think it's bad to have to keep hunting a monster for their equipment, the fact that 8 of those hunts are almost completely worthless 15-minute wastes of time is infuriating. Hunting a monster and getting nothing useful feels like a kick in the gut. Some games have tried to address this. World generally required more rare materials, but it had a few systems in place to help you get those rare materials. The first method was by turning in Wyverian prints. These prints were rewards for daily or weekly objectives and could be turned in for any rare material of your choice. While this was usually the most convenient method, as it meant you could save your print for when you really just need the rare material, you could only obtain one a day and usually only every other day. The objectives themselves could also be tedious, especially ones such as hunt 2 piscine wyverns. The second method was investigation rewards. While getting investigations with good rewards was RNG dependent, it didn't take too long to find a decent one. The investigation rewards had by far the highest chances of giving you rare materials, with gold rewards often having a 16% chance and the possibility of having up to 4 gold rewards on your investigation. This helped drastically, though you could still go a few hunts without getting the rare material, and any time you receive nothing valuable from a hunt is still frustrating. I have 2 proposed solutions for how rare materials could be handled to make them much less frustrating, and both involve melding. The first solution is to allow rare materials to be melded from other materials of that monster in the same rank. This would be done with a point system similar to upgrading armor in Generations. I would say that the amount of material you should need to get a rare material should be about how much material you get from 2 entire hunts from that monster. With this solution, obtaining rare materials naturally is still rewarding, as it will save you multiple hunts in the long run, while also meaning that no hunt is wasted because you weren't lucky. Each hunt slowly contributes to you getting the rare material you're after. The other solution I have is to get rid of these rare materials as material components entirely. You wouldn't use them in forging or upgrading any equipment. Instead, rare materials would be traded in for any material of that monster, with an amount varying by the type of material traded for. For example, a gem could be traded for 5 of that monster's carapace or 2 of that monster's tail. This would keep that feeling of elation when seeing a gem or mantle in the reward screen without you ever needing them. Instead, they would be a means of obtaining specific parts that you may have had bad luck obtaining. Or maybe you're a hammer main that needs tails for a piece of armor. This would work better with an increase in overall monster parts needed, but I think it's worth it. If I had to guess, I think that the first solution is more likely to be seen in future Monster Hunter games, as I doubt the devs will get rid of rare materials in forging. but anything that helps solve these issues faced with Monster Hunter's most harrowing grinds will be appreciated. Thank you for watching. Subscribe for inconsistent uploads related to Monster Hunter and From Software games. You can check out my playlist of a fully charged heavy attack only run of Elden Ring, which I haven't finished as of recording, or you can see me fight Velkhana the same way as in this video, but without any skills.